commissioners for this matter.
I can't get OR.
You are not going to get OR because you're here on a probation violation warrant that was issued.
And I can't leave until February?
Your next court date is February 3rd at 8:30.
So I'll have to be here till February 3rd if I don't postpone?
If you're unable to postpone, then you would remain in custody till that February 3rd court date. You'd be transported over to the probation court in order to see the judge over there.
Okay, so it's how much, $500?
$500.
Okay.
Yep. All right, thank you, sir. All right, before we have our next matter come in, I do have a DUI warrant that I need to address. It is going to be just one moment. All right, Mr. Mencius, and then Legend Woods. You'll be up after that. Sir, go ahead and state your full name and date of birth.
Joaquin Mancias, 12/01/91.
All right, so you are here for a warrant issued out of the West Mesa Justice Court. So in that matter, at this time, at least they have an arraignment hearing set February 11 at 8:30 a.m., and that would be at the West Mesa Justice Court. You'll get the address in your paperwork.
Okay.
So I do see, though, that you are here on a page 2. In other words, you came in on something else, but I don't have that in front of me. Do you have other release conditions out of a separate court?
Yeah, I just came for self-surrender for a DUI that I'm working on.
Okay.
So I did my time, and then that's how I knew I had a warrant, because I had no idea I had a warrant. And so now that's how I found out that I had a warrant over there.
Okay.
And
but you just self-surrendered today or yesterday?
Yesterday, 8 p.m.
Okay.
And then after I did all that, they're like, okay, now you got to go do this with the warrant.
Well, how long is your DUI term that you have?
My DUI?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to self-surrender this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
because they messed up my paperwork, so I had to come back twice. I came once, and they refused me, and this is my third time, and so everything went out good. And then Monday, I got to be there. Tomorrow, I got to be there in the morning because I got to do 7 days in the house arrest with the bracelet. So I got to be there tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. So you are done, though. You're not going to be in custody, though, after the 7-day time frame, after your house arrest?
No, no.
Okay.
I already did everything. I did my community service, everything.
All right. Basically, I'm just trying to make sure that you're not going to be in custody on the dates that I have here for your hearing, okay? Because I don't want to set you up to not be able to appear.
No, I would just be great just to make it tomorrow, if you can release me today, because I got to be there tomorrow morning.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. So this is out of the West Mesa Justice Court. It is the first warrant that was issued in this matter. So because it is the first warrant issued, I'm going to give you another shot to appear at that next court date.
Okay.
You are being released today. That is going to be on your own recognizance, which is your promise to appear. You do still have the same release conditions with respect to no victim contact in this matter.
Okay.
So you have that arraignment hearing then now set on February 11 at 8:30, and again, that'll be at the West Mesa Justice Court.
All right.
All right. Any questions regarding that?
No.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So we have Legend Woods, and then Vaughn Teasley's going to be up after that. All right, Mr. Woods, go and state your full name and date of birth.
My name is Legend Woods, and date of birth is 01/28/2004.
All right, thank you, sir. So you're here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charge that has been submitted is one count of discharging a firearm within city limits. That's a Class 6 felony. In this matter, I don't show you qualify for court-appointed counsel. If you believe that's incorrect and based on your financial situation, you should qualify for court-appointed counsel. You can either address that with me here today. You can always bring that up at your next court date as well, but you do have the right to retain an attorney to represent you in this matter. So in this case, the current court dates I have are a status conference February 10 with a preliminary hearing February 13, both at 8:30, and that's going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, you are being released today, but it is going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You'd also have electronic monitoring installed as part of those release conditions. You do have the orders that you're not to return to the scene of the offense or have any contact with any complainant, witness, or co-defendant in this case. All right, any questions regarding that?
You said electronic, something about electronic.
That's an ankle monitor, yep.
Oh, okay, so I'll be out, okay.
Yeah, you'll be out of custody, but you do have to have the ankle monitor installed.
Okay, so I'll be at home pretty much, okay.
All right, any other questions?
So the ankle monitor is pretty much house arrest all day, pretty much?
It's not house arrest because it's, pretrial services will tell you what the parameters are. You can still go to work, you can still, do what you need to do, but they might have a curfew for you. They might have to say be home at this time or something, but that's up to pretrial services. It's not something I'm ordering here.
Okay.
Okay? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so we have Vaughn Teasley and then Dustin Understiller will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
9688, Vaughn Teasley.
All right, sir, you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charges are 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, that's a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, 1 count of criminal damage, also a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of displaying fictitious license plates, that's a Class 2 misdemeanor. So in this case, the public defender has been appointed to represent you. You have a status conference currently set on February 10 with a preliminary hearing February 13, both at 8:30. Those will take place at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, I am going to be following the PSA recommendation with respect to release. You are being released today, but it is going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. Before you go, you're going to be receiving some additional instructions regarding that process. That does include their contact information, because you do have to stay checked in with them while on release. All right, any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork over there and have a seat. We've got Dustin Understiller and then Cameron Morales up next. Okay, so your full name and date of birth?
Dustin Ryan Understiller, 7/19/1985.
All right, so you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging 1 count of aggravated DUI involving a passenger under 15. That's a Class 6 felony. So in this matter, I don't show you qualify for court-appointed counsel based on the information that's been submitted to this court at this time. Now, if you believe that's incorrect and based on your financial situation, you should qualify for court-appointed counsel. You can either address that with me here today. We can do that at the end of your hearing, or you can also bring that up at your next court date as well. But you do, of course, have the right to retain an attorney no matter which way we go there, okay? So in this matter, the status conference is set February 10, preliminary hearing February 13, both at 8:30. That's going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. And in this matter, I am going to be releasing you based on your otherwise lack of any other DUI history. You are being released, but it is subject to the supervision of pretrial services with alcohol testing and monitoring as part of those release conditions. You'll receive a packet regarding pretrial services before you go that'll give you some instructions as far as when to contact them, because you do have to stay checked in with them while on release, and they'll let you know about any testing that's going to be required. You are also going to be ordered not to possess or consume any alcohol while on release, and given the nature of the offense that you're here for, you're also going to be ordered not to drive a motor vehicle with anyone under the age of 18 years old in it. That would be until at least further court order in this matter. All right. Any questions regarding that?
No, ma'am.
All right. We do need to reprint out his paperwork. I didn't have one term on there that we need to include. I did just go ahead and sign that again, Caitlin. Thanks. If you want to go ahead and have a seat, we'll get that paperwork out to you in just a moment. All right. So we have Cameron Morales and then Melissa Peralta will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Cameron Morales, 10/29/93.
All right, sir, you are here for a new case out of the Santan Justice Court. This is alleging 1 count of disobeying a court order, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor with the offense date of January 25th of 2025. So in this matter, an arraignment hearing has been set. That's going to be on February 11 at 9 a.m. That's going to be at the Santan Justice Court. You'll get the address in your paperwork. I don't show any other arrests for this particular order of protection. So at this time, I'm going to give you a shot to be released today. It's going to be on your own recognizance, which is your promise to appear. I will let you know that you do have orders here that you are not to return to the scene of the offense. You are not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you must obey the terms of the order of protection. I'm also going to caution you that a violation of a no victim contact order and a criminal release order, which is what you have at this point, that would constitute aggravated harassment. That's a Class 6 felony. So you'd be coming in on a much more serious charge next time. I don't think I noted earlier, too, that the Public Defender's Office has been appointed in this matter. Even though it's a misdemeanor offense, it is considered a domestic violence offense based on the nature of the charge. All right, any questions regarding anything I just went through?
I just have a question. But who's the order of protection against? And then I guess because I didn't even know I had order of protection. I went to go pick up my daughter.
Well, it's against you.
I know, but who's the victim? I mean,
You've been served an order of protection. That's what you need to refer to.
okay.
Whoever's listed in that order, whatever location is listed in that written order is what you need to abide by.
Okay.
Okay? All right, do you want to go and step over? You can go and pick up that paperwork. All right, we have Melissa Peralta and then Marco Sanchez. All right, ma'am, I'm going to state your full name and date of birth.
Melissa Marie Peralta, 3/13/1988.
All right, thank you. So you're here for a warrant that's out of the Goodyear Municipal Court, and that is in their case number CM 2024-00376. So in that matter, they've set an arraignment hearing for you on February 12th at 1 p.m. That's going to be at the Goodyear Municipal Court. In this case, at least, you are being released on your own recognizance. It is your promise to appear. I'll just warn you, if you fail to appear at that February 12th court date, it's likely another warrant's going to issue at that time, and you probably will not have the same luck when you come in here again. Any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over and pick up that paperwork. We've got Marco Sanchez and then Anir Yayo will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of
No questions, but I'd just like to say, I don't know if this matters, but I just want to say that I tried handling that warrant a long time ago before it became a warrant. So, like, yeah.
That's to address with that court.
Okay, no,
because I'm only
okay,
seeing one
I'll
warrant.
just do with that court, but I'm just asking, like, you know, but appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, all right, thank you, sir. All right, so we've got Anir Yayo, and then Ruben Garcia will be up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
2/1/1988.
And your full name?
Aneer, A-N-E-E-R, last name J-A-L-O.
Thank you. So you are here for a family court warrant. This is for a child support warrant that was issued. So in that matter, the the family court judge, in your case, has set a cash purge in the amount of $3,000 for this case. Now, either way, no matter what happens here today, whether you're released from custody, whether you remain in custody, you do have a court date that has been set, and that's going to be a status conference January 31 at 10 a.m., and that would be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix in front of your family court judge. You'll get all of that information in your paperwork. Okay, so that is a hearing that you do have to attend either way. If you fail to attend it, you could end up having a warrant issued for your arrest once again. Now, the cash purge amount of $3,000 is the amount you must pay in cash before being released in this matter. Pursuant to Arizona law, I am unable to reduce the amount of the cash purge. However, I am still required, under Arizona law, to ask you the following questions, which you can answer, but you do not have to, and that's if there's anything you want the court to know about your present ability to pay the cash purge, and is there anything you want the court to know about being held in custody until the cash purge is paid?
Okay, ma'am.
Is there anything you want to let the court know at this point?
Already you have everything, receipt, everything. I'm paid for every month. You want to check everything. I'm paid for every month. The last month I'm paid $1,500. You have receipt, you have everything. I have receipt for this.
I did go ahead and look at your docket. I'm happy to look at it one more time to make sure there isn't anything I missed here, that there's been any activity since this warrant was issued. And by the way, it was issued for failure to appear at your court date back in September, for which it appears as though you had notice of. I don't show any court dates. I don't show that you've been reporting for your drug testing as well. The last report issued does indicate that you were a no-show. So at this point, you do have that cash purge in the amount of $3,000. That is the amount you would have to pay to be released prior to your next court date. Again, even if you post the bond and are released, you do need to appear at that court date or a warrant could issue.
Okay.
Okay?
No problem.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions or anything?
No, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Oh, thank you, sir.
Thanks.
All right. So we've got Ruben Garcia. All right, sir. Your full name and date of birth.
Ruben Garcia, 8/27/1980.
All right, thank you, sir. So you have 3 separate matters here. I'll go ahead and start with the fugitive of justice case, since you brought in the paperwork there. So you were given that laminated sheet. Did you have an opportunity to take a look at that?
Yeah.
All right, so basically you are here for a warrant that was issued, I think this was out of the state of Kentucky. Let me double check my notes here.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was out of the state of Kentucky. So in this matter, I believe that warrant was issued for a failure to appear out of there. They did confirm the warrant after you were arrested on it. I believe that was yesterday, probably. So in this case, you basically have an option here today, okay? And that's what's in that paperwork that you received, that laminated sheet. That gives you the language for waiving extradition if you opt to do that today, okay? Because you don't have to do that. You can choose not to waive extradition, at least not at this time. I'm going to go over both of those choices for you, and I'll see how you want to proceed, okay? Now, the first option is you can choose to waive extradition and return to the state of Kentucky on this case. Now, when you do that, you are basically agreeing to return to Kentucky without contesting the warrant here in Arizona, without having any further hearings here in Arizona. You would be held in the Maricopa County Jail, non-bailable, until Kentucky comes to pick you up. So you'd not be released until they pick you up. Now, Kentucky, in turn, would have 30 days starting tomorrow in order to come pick you up on that charge, or on that warrant. Now, that 30-day time frame starts tomorrow unless you have any local open cases. If you do have any local open cases, the 30-day time frame starts after those cases are completed. Now, I did note you have some misdemeanor cases in here, which could potentially interfere. I don't know if they will or not. Those usually end up getting resolved fairly quickly, so they might not impact it, but I just want to give you a heads up just in case it does, okay?
Okay.
All right, so that's the first option if you choose to waive extradition. Your second choice is you can choose not to waive extradition, at least not here today. You can always waive at a later date if you choose to. So if you choose to go that route, what would happen is I would set a fugitive from justice hearing or an extradition hearing that would take place on February 3rd at 1:30 p.m., and that would be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix in front of our extradition commissioner. Now, in that case, I can't appoint counsel to represent you at that hearing because the actual extradition case is considered civil. Even though this is a criminal case back in Kentucky, the extradition proceedings are civil in nature. But you do have the right to retain an attorney to represent you. I will also note there are sometimes public defenders who are present at those hearings who can provide assistance. There's just no guarantee of that, okay? So in that case, if you choose to go that direction, you are bailable, but the bond in your warrant is a $15,000 cash-only appearance bond. So that's the amount you would have to post to be released pending your court dates in the case, okay? The process there, if you choose not to waive extradition, is that a governor's warrant has to be signed by the governors of both states. So both Arizona and Kentucky, in order to extradite you back over there. Now that process can take up to 90 days. They have an expanded time frame in order to execute the governor's warrant to complete the extradition proceedings, okay?
Okay.
So first, do you have any questions regarding that?
Yeah. The Kentucky thing, I've been to jail, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times for it, but it's not me. My fingerprints always come back, not me. I used to carry a card when I got in trouble the first time from the court saying that it wasn't me, not Ruben Garcia, different guy, and I just keep getting the same thing, the same repeat thing where they say it's you because the Social Security matches, but they end up releasing me because it's not me.
All right, has Mr. Garcia been fingerprinted here today?
I have.
Since being taken into custody?
Yeah, he's been fingerprinted today.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my main thing is I always get for that one guy. It always comes up for me, but it's not me because we have the same Social Security, but they always release me because they find out it's not me when the FBI. Because I did the FBI fingerprints a while back because I do masonry. It was hard for them to figure it out, and then they were putting me on a bus to Kentucky, and then the guy came running out. He's like, "It's not him. It's not him." When they got me, they were all excited. They called Kentucky, and they're like, "Yeah, we got him. We got Ruben Garcia. It's him."
Stop talking.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right, because if they've done enough to connect you to the warrant here today, I still have to set a hearing for you. I can't just release you on this. Obviously, if they've already determined this wasn't you, then that's going to be something they'll be able to determine. But at least at this point, if they're identifying you as the individual that's in the warrant, I have to abide by that.
Okay. That's what's it?
All right, so I'm just trying to compare the information on the warrant to your information that I have here today.
Okay.
And at this time, at least, it does match everything that I have, including the Social Security number. I don't have an FBI number listed in here, so I can't compare it to the FBI number on the warrant. I understand what you're saying. That very well might be the case. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I wish I could look further into it here at your initial appearance, but I'm not able to.
Okay.
So if at this point they're identifying you as the person in the warrant, I have to honor that and move forward and proceed as though you are.
So,
Obviously, if this is something that has happened in the past, they'll be able to get considerably more information at your next court date in order to verify that information, which I wish I could do here today. Okay? But since I'm unable to, I have to affirm the bond as is.
Okay.
All right? So based on what you're telling me, though, I am going to go ahead and set the hearing. We're going to go ahead and set that for February 3rd at 1:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Okay? I'm going to switch this, given the age of the warrant and everything. I'll switch it to a secured appearance bond, just in case you're able to post it. I don't know that that's going to make any difference to you, though. You might still have to remain in custody even as a result of that. So that's certainly not what my intent is, but I do have to recognize their warrant. But I'll go ahead and switch that cash bond to a secured appearance bond. So I'll go ahead and confirm that here today. Obviously, this is something they can look further into. If you have documentation from previous times in which they've stated, no, this ends up not being you, even if it was at the last minute before you get shipped out to Kentucky, you need to go ahead and see if you can locate that or have someone locate that for you so they can bring that in, okay? All right. So your next two matters here, though, you've got two separate cases here. These are going to be out of justice courts, I believe. The first one's out of the Encanto Justice Court. So in that case, that's for the new matter you just came in on. It's for a driving on suspended license case, okay? So the arraignment hearing set January 29 at 8:30. That would be at the Encanto Justice Court. Public defender's been appointed there because I have to set a bond because you're being held on that warrant. It's just a $50 secured appearance bond. So it's basically a placeholder bond. I want to make sure they are aware that you are in custody.
Okay.
So your next case that you have here, this is going to be for, this is an out-of-county warrant. This is a warrant that was issued out of the Apache Junction Municipal Court, so this is outside of Maricopa County. So in that matter, they did confirm the warrant as well as extradition in that case. And then an arraignment hearing is set January 29 at 8:30. An attorney's also been appointed in that matter since I do have to affirm the bond there. That one's a $1,075 cash-only appearance bond. That's their warrant, okay? So you've got three separate matters here. You'll get paperwork on each one there. I know you've been dealing with some frustration with that warrant, so I still hope that we can get that cleared up, but unfortunately it still matches your information in there at this time at least.
Oh, yeah.
So any questions though regarding that?
No.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, looks like we do have two house calls here. I'll go and start with Christopher Baltazek, date of birth 8/1 of 94. Who's here on a new case out of Superior Court. That's for one count of aggravated assault, class 3 felony, with the offense date of January 25th, 2025. Looks like he's, I just have behavioral issues.
He was combating with the arresting agency.
Okay.
And they isolated him because someone felt he may be a vulnerable adult.
Okay. All right. So he's here, or the public defender's office has been appointed. Status conference set on January 31. Preliminary hearing February 4, both at 8:30. And there's a $10,000 secured appearance bond in this matter with the order not to return to the scene of the offense, have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness in this matter. All right. And we've got Carlos De Leon, date of birth 8/2 of 1985. Do you know why he was the house call?
He wasn't following orders. Couldn't function out in the general population, so they put him ISO so he would be where we needed him to be.
All right, understood. All right, so he's got three separate cases here today. First one's a new case out of Superior Court alleging one count of possession of narcotic drugs class 4, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia class 6. Public defender's been appointed. Status conference set February 10. Preliminary hearing February 13, both at 8:30. In that matter, the PSA recommendation has been followed. He is getting released subject to the supervision of pretrial services. He does have two other warrants here. Both of them are out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. Both are post-adjudication warrants issued out of that court. So in both of those matters, arraignment hearing set February 12th at 1 p.m. at the Goodyear Municipal Court. Since they're post-adjudication, he is being released in those matters as well. That would be on his own recognizance. All right, I show that.